I have leave the session to our Dr. Shivakumar sir because he is our special guest. Professor Shivakumar sir is my guide and my friend and my well-wisher. I'm very proud to introduce Dr. Shivakumar. Dr. M. Shivakumar, Professor, Department of Entrepreneurial Studies, is the HOD in charge for Department of Commerce, School of Business Studies, Madurai Kamaraj University. Is qualified with MBA, MPhil, PhD, and having 25 years of experience in teaching and research, with the publication of 6 books and 32 articles related to management in referred national and international journals to his credit. He presented 53 research papers in various national and international conferences. He organized 12 workshops and 4 seminars and conferences in his career so far. Also, he is an accredited trainer to conduct entrepreneurial development programs. He got an award for teaching excellence in Indo-American Education Summit by the year 2016. He is serving as a research guide and doctoral committee member in various reputed universities in India. He successfully guided 15 PhD research scholars. He served in various administrative positions and as a member in different higher bodies at Madurai Kamaraj University. I am very happy to invite Dr. Professor Shivakumar sir. Sir, this is the session is yours. You just give an inaugural address to this UR 2021 forum. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Professor J. Rajshekhar sir. Very warm good evening to all participants in this online virtual international colloquium on impact of COVID-19 on healthcare management, organized by A&T Educational, Medical and Social Welfare Trust. So at the outset, I would like to congratulate Professor T. J. Rajshekhar and the team members of A&T Educational, Medical and Social Welfare Trust for taking such a good initiative to conduct such a kind of virtual colloquium, that too in the international level in this pandemic situation. I believe that this kind of effects will create some kind of awareness among the public also. I came to know that a lot of speakers are there in this virtual colloquium. Different topics like healthcare entrepreneurship, implementation of strategic planning in hospitals, then waste management, pharmacy benefit management, hospital project management, and other things. Okay. So I am here to give the inaugural session to you. Let it be an eye-opener for this particular colloquium. And what I want to give you today, what kind of information I want to give you today is relevant to this COVID-19 impact over the healthcare sector globally. Okay, so healthcare sector has borne the impact of COVID-19 more than most other industries, all because of pandemic that has shaken the entire world. For the past 1.5 years, we are suffering like anything. Okay, so that is the most important thing. Today we are facing the COVID-19 era is new learning curve for the global healthcare sectors. So that's the main point we have to take in through this particular colloquium. So there are 3 key phases for the healthcare industry: the past, the present, and the future. We can see in that way. In the past, the healthcare domain was ill prepared to tackle a public health emergency at this scale. Okay, in the first phase, we were not prepared. Even the healthcare industry was not prepared for that. In the second wave, definitely we well prepared, and we are able to face the second phase of COVID-19 well. But we are in the third stage now. I hope all of you heard that in most of the countries they have started to do the activities to stop the flights inwards and outwards, and most of the country they have started their own lockdown processes. 2 days back, the World Health Organization, they have said that the third phase of this third wave of COVID-19 is already started throughout the world. And even the central government of India, day before yesterday, they have said for the next 4 months, we have to be very careful. Okay. So really now we are in the beginning of the third wave. That's the main thing. So in the past, we were not much aware about this preparedness towards this facing pandemic situations. and then lack of acknowledgement of how global health risk can affect business may and industry further vulnerable. Okay, and China, the epicenter for the global healthcare supply chain, medical equipment and drug manufacturing, was also infectious virus place for the origin. We are not able to connect the manufacturers of medical equipments or drugs and other things with the really affected part throughout the world. So this made a bad combination and led to a disruption of crucial supply chain equilibrium in the healthcare sector. So these are all the things happened in the past. And in the present, what we are doing today in the healthcare system. The healthcare segments across nations are struggling to cope up with the massive imbalance in supply and demand among the supply chain management challenges. So that's a main crisis today. And then global medical supply chains are in a weak state, giving manufacturing plant shutdowns that have led to shortage of drugs, testing kits, and other essential items for this COVID-19 scenario. And then pharmaceutical companies are trying to make peace with this new reality and are looking for solutions that mitigate and eventually prevent reoccurrences of COVID-19 outbreaks. Okay, so these are all the things happening today. And also the government, hospitals, investors, pharma companies and related business are all working towards fast tracking clinical trials nowadays. Okay, how to track this particular COVID-19 symptoms quickly, how to give the diagnosis quickly. So these are all the things, various research areas the pharma companies or medical equipment companies are working today. And the future, what kind of thing, what kind of preparedness should be there in the healthcare segment in the future is, as a healthcare organization, spend for COVID-19 increases exponentially. Companies that conduct research, produce test kits, develop potential vaccines, and manufacture or supply medical equipment are likely to benefit the most. And the reason is clear. Governments across the world will invest in not only damage control, but also in the prevention of any potential resurgence of the pandemic situation today. So this also means that companies other than those manufacturing PPE, that is personal protective equipment or infrastructure support that is not directly connected to COVID-19, would face disruption in business. So clearly by these statements, we can understand the past, present and the future of this COVID-19 situation throughout the world, especially relevant to the healthcare segment. And what are the implications of COVID-19 in the healthcare industry? I will just give a glimpse of the things to you. So we can see short-term implications, medium-term implications, and the long-term implications. If you take short-term implications, the next 3 to 6 months will be extremely crucial for the effective management of pandemic across geographies. Throughout the world, we have to be very careful. And the pressure on hospital infrastructure is going to be huge, in spite of entering what is the 4th month since the virus first made the headlines. And non-surgeon surgeries will decline, and along with it, the demand for related treatment and equipment will drop. And businesses can expect challenges like payment delays due to the lack of liquidity and inconsistencies in the demand-supply ratio. So these are all the problems we are going to face in the short-term period. And then the medium-term implications are increased investments in primary care and intensive care are perhaps the only silver lining in this kind of dark times. And for public payers and healthcare providers, the financing pressure is going to be more than ever before. Okay, the financially, all these segments are going to suffer a lot. And then private payers is certain locations might be looking at solvency problems and related issues. However, things will be get back on track in terms of return on ground sales reps and teams to be hospitals as outbreak flattens out in the next 6 to 12 months. So definitely the impact of this COVID-19 will remain for another 1.5 years or 2 years. So if you take the previous pandemic situation 1 century before, actually in 1980s, there was a pandemic. At that time also, people suffered a lot from first wave, second wave and third wave. Okay, and especially in the third wave, there was a huge loss at that time. So at that today, we are also expecting such a kind of thing to be happen in the third wave. But we are, I think, based on the lessons we learned from the second wave, we are preparing well to face the third wave. And in the long-term implications, the government and organization need to reprioritize long-term healthcare plans and at macro level. And the post-COVID-19 era will see health adopt relatively new concepts like telehealth, remote care, and other types of digital healthcare solutions. It is likely that we see a systemic wave of groundbreaking digital solutions for enhanced patient care in the near future. Okay, the focus for healthcare business a year after COVID-19 will also need to be reassessing pricing models and looking for alternative options. Okay, that is the value-based treatments or other things like that. So this is the thing happening around the world in the healthcare segment, especially relevant to the COVID-19 implications. So I think this is the right time for any kind of organization to give awareness or a kind of research towards the implication of COVID-19 based on the healthcare management or healthcare sector is very important. So in that point, in that view, A&T Medical Trust is doing a wonderful job. I know about this trust from the beginning itself. I know about the trust. They are doing the things very good. Not only the seminars and colloquiums, they are doing ground reality works also. So they are meeting the people in the rural side and giving a lot of support to them. I know very well. And this is the third edition of UA 2021. And in all the editions, I was invited and honored by Professor Jairaj Shekhar. And thank you, sir, for your invitation for this time also. So with these points, I conclude my inaugural address, and I wish all the best for the entire team of A&T Educational, Medical and Social Welfare Trust and all the participants and all the speakers, experts in this UA 2021. Thank you very much.